guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm doing this crazy colorful glittery eye look that may be very helpful for you, whenever you want to go to the grocery store like this. But I want to give a quick shout out to the girl who I got inspired by. She's a makeup artist from Arandas, Jalisco, and that is like awesome because she speaks Spanglish, like she speaks both languages. She did a live recently on Facebook and I commented in both languages, and she was really sweet and stuff. But it's not igualito, pero tiene glitter, and it has like the orange red tones and then the greenish, but I put blue in the center. So if you guys want to go follow her, please do. Her name is EMIILY Martinez, and I'll leave everything, I'll leave her Instagram and her Facebook down below in the description box. She does a lot of giveaways, a lot of lives on her Facebook very often, so much more often than I do. Her content is very consistent, unlike mine. I know I'm very bad at it, but please keep in mind that I'm working all the time, or right now I'm sick, and my mom me regañó this morning actually que porque no has grabado algo, and so I was like, she's right, I haven't done it in forever, and I am on Christmas break, but I'm always working and stuff. Anyways, but I hope you guys like the video, and if you like to see how I did this look, then please keep on watching. Alright, so first things first, I'm going to prime my eyelid using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light, and I'm going to blend that in using the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge, and then to set that I'm using these two eyeshadows from the Tarte Clay Play palette. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, and I really love this palette. It smells like chocolate. For all the transition shades on the eyes, I'm using the Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette, and I'm first using this mango shade, and I'm lightly applying it everywhere just to map out where my crease is going to be, which is very helpful if you guys are just starting out doing makeup. And then I'm going to use the same shade and just stamping it to make it look more intense. I promise you it's the same shade, it just looks a little darker because I'm adding more product. Now, using a more tapered brush from Zoeva, I'm using a darker orange and applying it to the outer parts of my eyes. This is going to attract more attention to the center of my eye. And with no additional eyeshadow on the same fluffy brush from the beginning, I'm going to fluff everything out and make sure everything is blended. Now, using the same tapered brush, I will go in with this Hot Cheeto Dust color and apply it to the outer corners of the eyes to give them more color and dimension. I wanted to make the eye look a little darker, so I'm going in with this dark plum shade and adding it to the same spots where I put the Hot Cheeto Dust color. Now, this step is optional, pero si eres exagerada como yo y te encanta that full glam on the eyes, then just add a little bit of black to the outer corner of the eyes. Just make sure not to look like a little raccoon. Keep in mind that all these brushes I'm going back in with do not have any additional eyeshadow. I'm just making sure everything is seamless and blended well. Now, for the star of the show, I'm using my Too Faced Shadow Insurance Glitter Glue, and you guys know how I feel about this glue. I love this glue, not only for glitter, but just to intensify any pigment. And now I'm just making sure that everything is in the correct spot, because if you put this underneath a matte eyeshadow, it will make it look really weird. So make sure that you apply it to the place where you know the glitter is going to be located at. When doing these type of eyeshadow looks, just remember to keep looking up at the mirror, because sometimes the eyeshadow doesn't look as intense as it used to. So I'm going back in with a little bit more eyeshadow, and then later a little bit more with the glitter. And I don't know if you can tell by now, but I'm very paranoid and I don't ever want to have unblended eyeshadow, so I'm just going back and forth with the same brushes that I used before just to make sure that everything is nicely blended. I decided not to put any liner for this look, so instead I'm using Queen Bee lashes from KOKO lashes, and they're so voluptuous and beautiful. And while the lash glue is drying, I will be doing my quick eyebrow routine for y'all, and I wish this is how fast I was, because I really dread doing my eyebrows. Like, it's the most annoyingest part of my makeup routine.
When I left him. I'm making it hard for you to edit your thing.
Now for the face, I'm going to be using the Hourglass primer, and it's a little sample size, and honestly it's the same as the NYX Angel Veil primer. And then I felt so fancy using the J.One Jelly Pack primer that Nikki Tutorials loves raving about. It's pretty good, it's alright. And I'm using my Marc Jacobs foundation, and it's so full coverage that that's literally how much I had to use. Like, it's not that much, and it covers so much. Blending foundation to your ears is as important as it is blending down your neck. Just saying. Now, this concealer isn't talked much about anymore on YouTube, but I still use it. It's really good. I'm using a darker shade to contour as well from the same line of the LA Girl concealers, and blending it out with the Real Techniques Diamond Sponge. To set my whole face, I'm using the MAC MSF powder, and oh my gosh, this powder is so good. It never looks cakey. Now, if you're not into matte cosmetics, then look into the Wet n Wild Photo Focus powder. It is the same thing, cheaper, and it's cruelty free. So yeah, it's awesome. I learned this trick from a YouTuber, I don't remember who, but I'm just going in with the setting brush and brushing through my eyebrows for a more natural hairy look. I don't know if it works, but yeah, I still do it. For bronzer, I'm using Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and can you tell that I love it? Like, it's seriously the best bronzer if you guys have light to fair skin tones. And they actually came out with new colors, so I'm really excited about that. My contour wasn't as sharp as I wanted it to be, so I used the powder from this little to-go palette from Tarte, and using the NYX contour brush that I had raved about in my last video. And with my powder brush, I'm just making sure everything is nicely blended. For blush, I'm using a very subtle blush from Benefit in the shade Dallas. Now for highlighting, I'm using the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlighter, and I'm just putting it on the highest points of my face. And I didn't think it was that strong because I was too lazy to spray my brush with like Fix Plus or like with a setting spray. So I'm just going in with my broken Anastasia highlighting palette and using those two shades and just building up the intensity. Now, this is also a very boring part of a makeup tutorial, but you guys already know the gist of lining the eyes with a dark black liner, and then I'm going in with the same shades that I used in the crease in the lower lash line, make it smoky underneath. To finish off the look, I'm using Maybelline's Clay Crush lipstick, and then I'm using the setting spray by Hard Candy, and then I just magically put my hair down and I look super glam and my hair is done. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.